Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome if you're new. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get right into today's video. So first and foremost, I do want to say happy Halloween to you guys if this video makes it up in time. But for today's video, as you guys saw by the thumbnail and the title and here on the screen, I'm going to be doing some aquarium or liquid nails. I did try my pinky off camera just because I've saw different few techniques, and I've been trying this design for 2 days for hours, just trying to figure out which method was best for me, how to get it to actually move, and just trying to do all the trial and errors before I get it on camera. And this is how my final nail turned out, the one I was most satisfied with. So I showed you guys right here how it turned out, and now let's go ahead and do the rest of my nails. So I'm only going to be doing 3 more because my thumb has a ripped nail, and I had to end up putting some poly gel on it and some builder gel. So if you guys see how that looks, that's just what I have on my nail to protect my nail from ripping. But to start off my aquarium nails, I am just sizing out full cover nail tips. I can't remember which one, but these are the longest length from 𝚐𝚚𝚗𝚍𝚗𝚘𝚗𝚗𝚗𝚗𝚗𝚗𝚗𝚗𝚗𝚗𝚗𝚗𝚗𝚗 I went ahead and sized them out to my 3 nails, and then here I'm just doing some little shaping around the cuticle area for my ring finger. So what are you guys planning to do for Halloween, or what did you do the previous day for Halloween? If you guys dressed up with costumes, comment down below what was your costume. I didn't really do anything just because I've been so busy with my nail stuff. I just feel like Halloween isn't the same anymore. When I was a kid or younger, Halloween used to be so fun, but I don't know if a lot of you experience this as well, but the older you get, the holidays just doesn't feel the same anymore. But yeah, leave some comments down below. What did you do for Halloween, or what costume did you dress up as? But for the next part in the nail video, I'm just taking my pinky that I already done, and I'm just sizing out the rest of my nails just to make sure they're around the same length. So like I was saying, I did try a few methods off camera, but 2 of them really stuck with me and I liked them the most. So one was from Thai Barbie, where you do 2 nail tips and just seal them in and add in the glitters and cuticle oil from like the top of the nail. I really like that way best because the shape was a lot better and it was just a lot easier for me. I didn't have to do much curing. And the second way was the traditional way, where you create the stopper with the press-on nail, create the flat base. I liked both ways, but with this way, I felt like there was more room inside of the nail, so I feel like that's what made my glitters actually move. So this is the method I just end up doing on camera. I went ahead and got the backing from a nail form and just created 3 little stoppers here. And this is going to stop like right below my nails. That way I can easily apply these like press-ons. I did go ahead and mark them with a blue marker so that I know where to stop. But once I got my stopper in the shape, it doesn't have to perfectly fit, just enough to create a barrier where it doesn't, move, because I will end up adding more seals to this nail so the oil doesn't leak. So right below where I marked my nail, I'm going to take some of this gel, which is from Red Iguana. It is just a clear builder gel. I like this because it's easy to use. Then I went ahead and put in my stopper. But once I got it in, I'm just flash curing it there with my little flashy light. And I'm going to do the same thing for the rest of my nails. I don't know if I'm explaining it right or it sounds a little too confusing, but you guys can see what I'm doing here on camera. So I'm not going to try to explain it too much. So after doing the last nail, this is how they're looking. One of them is kind of crooked, but like I said, it doesn't matter. But for the next step, I'm going to be taking some clear acrylic and just sealing in both sides of this stopper. Whenever I was doing my trial and errors off camera, I did feel like acrylic worked so much better for me just because it dries on its own, and if you pick up a wet enough bead, it's just going to seep right into those creases and nooks and crannies where you need it to be. So after sealing in all the nails, I did wait a few minutes for them to dry. But now I'm going to be taking the scissors and just cutting off the remaining backing to these because we don't need them this long. And I'm also going to file them down just a little bit just to make sure that they are straight. And while I'm filing, I'm going to angle the nail downwards just so that the dust doesn't get inside of the nail. Doing too much cleanup with the alcohol sometimes create a white cast on the nail, and I just wanted to prevent that just in case it showed through my aquarium nails. So I just wanted to be safe of using so much alcohol on these nails. But just to do a little bit of cleanup, I am taking these teeny cotton swabs, which I got from Amazon a long time ago. And I'm taking just a little bit of alcohol and just cleaning right where I sealed in that stopper. I'm not doing too much. I'm not putting it on like the rest of the nail where it doesn't need to be. So now using that same backing from that nail foil, I'm just marking out how long I need my base to be. So here I'm just measuring from the tip of my press-on nail to the dot where I created my stopper. And now I'm just going to do a huge blob of this gel onto the form. And this is just going to be the backing for my nails. So I'm going to make this a little wider so that I have enough for all 3 nails. Because all the videos I see, they do it one by one until they realize that it's just so much easier and faster to just go ahead and do one big square or rectangle for these nails. So that's what I'm going to do straight from the jump. And it doesn't hurt to make this a little bit longer than you need it to be, just in case you need a little bit of extra ledge. So that's what I did. I made sure it was big enough for 3 nails. After getting that on the paper, I went ahead and cured for 60 seconds. I felt like one thing about using the gel made it so much more complicated for me is that this gel wasn't a non-tacky gel. So each time I cured it, I did have to wipe off the tacky layer because if I didn't wipe off that base, the items in the nail would just stick to the base. So I had to make sure I wiped them down first. When originally I just wanted to create like that gel base, and before I actually cure it, I wanted to put the nails on top so that way once I cure it, the bases would be already attached to the press-on nail. I could just go ahead and cut them out and shape them and everything. But like you guys see here, I'm just trying to re-stick this nail to the base I created. And I did mess up on the first one, so it does look a little bit smaller. I just put a little bit of glue on the rim of the nails, and then I went ahead and stuck it down to the base. I did cut it a little bit more just to try to get it more precise, but once I was satisfied enough with it, I'm going to go ahead and seal the sides in using some clear acrylic. Like I said, the acrylic was just so much easier for me. It'll seep down in those creases, and I feel like whenever I use acrylic, I don't have to go in and reinforce my my sillage, if that's the right word, but whenever I use the gel, sometimes you have to like put it exactly where you want it, and sometimes it doesn't get in those creases how I need it to be. So once I put in the oil, it would just leak and I have to go back and create another mess trying to seal everything in. When it came to the sealing in part, I just stuck to the acrylic. As I'm sealing in the sides, I just made sure to go ahead and do the stopper part where I did the first time, just to make sure everything is all sealed in. And I'm going to repeat this to all of my nails and seal them in so that way I have my tanks done. So as I'm filling these nails in, I actually had to come back because I just completed the entire voiceover and realized I forgot to mention something that I wanted to mention. I know most of you guys know by now, but I am doing a giveaway on my channel. It has so many items. I'll leave that video down below in the comments so that you can enter if you haven't already. But I just wanted to point out that under that video, there's 2 accounts that I have currently blocked from my channel and remove all of their comments. So if you go to look, you may not see them unless there's a new account. They're posing to be me and replying to everyone's comments saying that how they are the winner of my giveaway, and it just doesn't make sense because for one, my giveaway hasn't even ended yet. And if you actually watch my video and actually paid attention, like all of my rules and instructions, sometimes I feel like people just see a giveaway and they go straight to the rules and not really pay attention to what's really happening. I just wanted to point it out because someone had a comment basically blaming me because they got scammed of $50, and I was just like really taken back because they got a little snappy with me, and I was just like, how did you end up falling for it when I told you guys multiple times that all of my rules and instructions are in the video? I voiced them, they're in the pinned comment in the description box. So I was just like so shocked at how that happened. My giveaway hasn't ended yet, guys, and whenever the winner is picked, I will be announcing them on my YouTube account on the community tab. Most likely I'll be saying it in a video, and also I'll be reaching out to the winner through my Instagram account, which is _nailsbykey_. That is the only Instagram I have. So if it's not coming from my channel, my Instagram, it is not me, so please do not fall for these scams. I would never ask you guys to cover the shipping costs. I would never ask you guys to send me money or whatever the case may be, because my giveaways are completely free. Mostly items I purchase and just want to give back that I have extra, so I would never ask you guys to send me money. So if you are getting replies to comments saying that you have won, congratulations, do not fall for it. My giveaway ends in November, I believe on the 10th. And I'll be announcing the winner on the 13th on my community tab and in a video. So yeah, I just wanted to make that known. Be aware of these scams and do not fall for them. That is why when I gave the instructions, I was really strict and stressing that you must have an Instagram account. That way I can directly reach out to you. If it's not coming from my account, then it's not me. And another reason why I'm stressing it is because in my last giveaway, I nearly sent the items to the wrong person because they made an account and basically claimed it and I wasn't aware of it. So yeah, just really be careful and make sure that you are following all directions. My giveaway doesn't end until November 10th, and I will be announcing it on my channel on November 13th. So I did have to create another base for my last nail. Like I told you guys, I did mess up, so I didn't have room for the third nail. But once I finished putting on my bases and sealing in the nails, this is how my tanks look. And so far I'm pretty happy at how they look, but I did go ahead and allow some time to dry. Now we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of shaping because I do not like how bulky they look on the sides. So I'll start off with my hand file, and then you'll see me go in with my e-file just to file them down a little bit more. If you look close enough, you can see like where the ledge is mostly hanging off. So that's the part I really wanted to get rid of. So that's why I went in a little bit more to be more precise with my e-file. But I'm just going to go ahead and do a little bit of shaping and filing. It's always best to do this part before putting in the oil. Like I was saying, the other way I tried, I liked it so much better when it came to the shape because literally it was so perfect. I actually may try to do another aquarium video doing that method, just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Like the shape looks so phenomenal and it was just so much better when it came to the shape. But overall for the aquarium nail, this way was better because it had more room for these stuff to move. But I'm just going to go ahead and file these nails so we can get into putting the items inside of them, which is my favorite part of all. Next, I'm going to be taking a lint-free wipe and some alcohol to remove all of that dust from the nails, from the shaping and filing. I feel like the shape is decent. It isn't like really neat and tapered how I wanted it to be. Otherwise, I would just file through where I sealed everything in. But for the most part, I do think they look really good for me to be a beginner at the aquarium nails. So once I got them all cleaned up, I just pulled out some items that I wanted to include into the nail. So this originally was going to be a Halloween design. When I first started like 3 days ago doing my trial and errors, I started off with a green theme. I had like some green glitter and some black glitters with like Frankensteins and stuff. Those female slices were way too big to include into the nail, and as I was just like trying to do them, I just ended up going with these pink alien heads. And half of the reason for that is because I was just so not confident in myself that I would actually have this up before Halloween. But just in case I do, even though it's not necessarily like Halloween theme, so I just kind of wanted to switch it just in case I didn't have it up. So I did want to include these alien heads. I feel like it was somewhat Halloween, and also I'm adding in some bats as well. So I'm just going to be including some of these items into my nails. So you guys saw me add in a little bit of oil with a syringe, and I always like to put a little bit at the bottom. For one, I like to check to see if anything is leaking, which it wasn't on all of my nails, so I was free to just go ahead and add all of my stuff without having to reinforce the seal. And the second reason for putting a little bit of oil in first is because whenever I was doing my other nails, I did feel like whenever I would add the glitter and all of it just sink right to the bottom, it had a hard time coming from that area, so it would just be stuck in that one area. So adding the oil just keeps it from piling up and becoming stuck. So once I did add my oil in, I put in a few female slices. Here you see me adding some glitters. Whenever I did add my base, like I was telling you guys, it does help to make it a little bit longer than it needs to be, because as you guys see this ledge piece here, it does help with adding the glitter. It helps prevent with making a huge mess, even though as you guys see I'm still making a mess. Like, it's just inevitable to not make a mess with doing these types of nails. But as you guys see, whenever I add the glitter, I kind of tilt the nail so the glitters are up against that ledge piece, and then I just tap it down and it just goes down so smoothly. Once I was satisfied with how much glitter I added into the nail, I'm just going to go ahead and fill the rest of this tank up with the baby oil. And I did purchase these syringes from Amazon. I'll have them linked down below, as well as all of the other products if I can find them. And when it came to filling up the nail, I did see on a few videos that the air bubbles keeps it from moving sometimes. So as you guys see here, I did try to fill it up as much as possible, even though it did somehow get more air bubbles in it once I sealed everything up, which is okay. But for the most part, I did try to keep my air bubbles really small, or try to fill it up as much as I could. Once I finish adding the oil, I'm just taking my clear acrylic once again and just sealing up the tanks. If you are enjoying today's video so far, make sure to go ahead and leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and leave a comment down below. If you have any suggestions on how I can make these nails better, please comment them down below, or let me know some people who have good videos I could watch. I know Lisette has some really great ones. She does aquarium nails all the time, but she uses a lot of gel, so maybe I'll have to invest in some of her like non-tacular builder gel from her website. And then I'll try it again. Hopefully it's a little bit easier. Comment some tips if you have any down below. And guys, after I finish sealing in, the tip of the nail is not completely dry yet, but I am able to move it around. And here's how my nail looks. So far it's moving very good. I'm not having any trouble with it being stuck. However, when I did lay the nails down, like to create the rest of them, I did find some of the pieces kind of sticking towards the bottom or the tip, just basically jumbling into one area. So I did have to keep them moving like throughout the rest of this application, or with me putting in the glitters and stuff. But for the most part, I love how the glitters inside are moving, so I'm just gonna go ahead and set that to the side and continue doing the rest of my nails, adding the glitters and alien heads and the bat, which I'm just gonna let you guys watch so I don't have to talk through the entire thing. So now that I'm done sealing in all of my tanks and adding in the oils and glitters, this is how they look. So originally in the beginning of the video, I showed you guys I created my pinky, but I had some pink jelly polish behind it. And after doing the rest of them, I realized I liked it at the time a little bit more without it. So off camera, I went ahead and created another pinky, but without the pink background. And now I'm just going to do a little bit of filing at the free edge of the nail where I sealed in using that clear acrylic. And then after I wipe them down, this is how the nails basically look. Like I said, I'm not going to be creating one for my pinky because one, these nails are super long and I didn't want to put anything on my thumb just because I don't want that nail to rip. So right now you guys see it looks terrible, just don't mind it. But now that I got all of the nails done, I'm going to go ahead and apply them using some of that BT Art Box gel glue and my makartt flashy light. That's one of the things I really love about this way compared to the other way, is that you can easily take them off as press-ons. And this is basically what we have. I love the length of these and I feel like they look so good. So now that I got them on, like I said, this is gonna be originally a Halloween design. When I was doing these nails, I didn't plan anything further than sealing in my tanks. Like that was just all I was thinking about, making sure the tanks work nice, making sure the glitter smooth, and making sure they weren't leaking. So once I did apply them, I was looking at them and I was just like, I do not know what else to do. So eventually I just came up with this idea to do some pink. I'm going to add a black border right below this. And then I'm going to add in some Kuromi stickers because of the pink and black theme. Like that was the only thing I found that could possibly match. I feel like looking at them from afar, you can't really tell that there are bats inside of it and like the alien head specifically for Halloween. But I just focused on the color scheme, pink and black, and that was just the first thing I thought about. So I went ahead and did 2 coats of the pink on all of my nails, and now I'm adding a black border right below it. Once I'm finished, I'm going to cure this in the light for 30 seconds. Here's a few of the sticker sheets I picked out. I picked out some with some of the Kuromi, of course, for the pink and black, and also the smiley faces, which I didn't end up using. I just stuck to the Kuromi theme, so I'm just going to be adding them on the pink. And basically just adding some art to the top of the nail since that's the only place I could possibly put it anyways. So I did end up using some of the pink checkerboard hearts, which I thought was really cute. And once I finish adding on the stickers, I'm also going to go back and add some black 4-pointed stars just to fill up any of that empty space. And off camera, I felt like the tips of the nails was kind of throwing me off, so I did end up adding another black border at the tips. It does look a little bit bulky because I didn't want to foul through my sealed tanks, so please don't mind that part. But now that I'm done with the nails, I'm just going to go in and top coat, and this part was so satisfying to see. After curing them in the light and adding on my cuticle oil, this is how the nails turned out. For the most part, I just love how these nails turned out. I was super satisfied at how the glitters and oil move in the inside. With doing these nails, my main thing was just making sure that the glitters move and I was able to seal it in without them being super bulky. Even though the shape isn't exactly how I want it, they still look a little bit bulky towards the free edge to me and a little bit on the sides. But like I said, the main goal was to get the stuff in the nail and actually have it move. So I was super proud of myself. I felt like the 2 days, the hours I was working on these nails, I felt like all of that work paid off because I was able to get them done. I felt a little discouraged at first because when I see other people do them, it looks so easy and but I finally got it done and I'm so proud of myself for sticking to it. I love this pink and black, by the way. I'm kind of happy they aren't strictly Halloween themed because I just love this pink and black so much. And as you guys see, it does have a few air bubbles in it, just a little bit. It just creates a little bit more movement for me. They aren't super huge, so that's okay. But yeah, if you have any tips on how I can make these aquarium or liquid nails better, please do comment them down below. Also, just one thing I just realized as I'm watching this play out doing the voiceover is that on my ring and pinky nail, I didn't bring the pink and black low enough to hide where my stopper is underneath. So the next time I create any nails like this using this method, I'll make sure to hide everything or disguise it so it's not shown. But I had a really fun time creating this nail set, and that basically wraps up today's video. I'm so sorry my outros be very long, but I just wanted to show all of the footage that I had capturing the movement in these nails. And if you did watch completely to the end, thank you so much. I love you guys. But yeah, that basically wraps up today's video. Let me know what you thought about the process of these nails and also just the set in general. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.